Hi guys, in this video I am going to be showing you our planner. We have the Homeschool Planner and Essential Organiser that I just get from Amazon. It's about £7 and it's one of the cheapest ones you can get on Amazon, and I used the same one last year. This year I've got just a slightly different design, but everything inside is exactly the same. And we really loved it, and I didn't really do a proper review and flick through of this last year because I wanted to make sure that it's something that I would definitely recommend, that I would know what we use, what we don't use, how we use it. So I am filming this video today with our pretty blank plan. I have filled in some of the things in there, and I will just flip the camera around and show you inside, and most of this video will be kind of a flick through and I will voice it over. So I hope it's really helpful, and thanks for watching. So this is the planner, and we're going to just jump straight inside and show you what's in there. So the first few pages are kind of about the planner and how to use the planner. I did use this last year and it gave me some good ideas, but because obviously I've already been homeschooling for 1 year and using this exact planner last year, I know this year how we're going to use it and what we will use and what we will not use. But it might be helpful if you're getting this planner for the first time. So the planner starts with the essentials section, and you can see what that includes here. The first few pages are curriculum and resources pages. What I really love about this planner is it all comes completely blank. So it has subject, and then you write in what subjects you're doing. You can just, it's completely editable to what you're doing in your homeschooling. So as you can see, there are 4 main subjects here that have slightly more space for you to write, and then 8 further subjects here that have slightly less space. Now, maybe if I was designing this planner myself, I would do 4 pages like this rather than 2 pages with less space to write this side, but actually it will probably work out fine and be just enough space. The next few pages are about accounts, and as you can see, you can put your account name, when you purchased it, when the expiry renewal is, and the price. And it's just a space for you to keep up with kind of what you're signed up to. For example, the only account really that I have is Twinkle. I do think it's kind of a common theme with this book that sometimes I wish there were more pages like of the curriculum and resource page and less pages like this. I probably won't use this at all, and if I do, I'll just use a few lines. And I doubt there are many homeschoolers that have this many accounts, so I kind of wish this was maybe just 1 page. And then the same kind of applies for the next page, which is passwords. So you have obviously websites and /accounts. Now you can maybe have more of these, but again, I don't think you'd have 2 full pages. And then kind of your username and passwords and maybe some notes. And I guess it's quite good. I wouldn't really store my passwords like this. I understand why some people like to keep their passwords on pen and paper, but also I don't have enough accounts where I really need to remember all my passwords. Again, I don't think I used this at all last year, and I'm probably not going to use it again this year. Next, we have field trip pages. There's actually 4 pages of this. It goes on to the next page as well, and it kind of is what it says on the tin, just trips and events that you can keep track of, and how much money you spent on that and when you went. The next page is homeschooling connections, names, phone numbers, email addresses of people that you might meet in the homeschool community. Again, I didn't use this last year. I probably, even if I kind of met lots of homeschoolers, I would just put that straight into my phone. I wouldn't use these pages to store that information, but maybe some people would. And the next pages are reading list pages, where you can just put all the books that you've read. Kind of the only thing I would say with this is in the last planner I had, it's got the same stuff on it, it's just a different design, and this is designed more like a list, and I don't massively like kind of writing in these circles and things like that. I think it kind of looks a bit messy, but I really like that you have a place to put all the books that we've read in a year as well. And then finally we get onto the nitty-gritty of the actual planning. So the first 4 pages are the year ahead. You obviously have 3 months on each page, and the next page as well, so you get your full 12 months. Again, these are completely blank, and everyone has 31 days, so obviously you can just cross out the months that don't have 31 days. I've started filling this in already, and what I tend to do right at the beginning of the year is just highlight all the school holidays. If you haven't been to my account before, sorry, we flexi school. So Miriam is at school for 2 days a week, and she is at home for 3 days home educating. And because we're in the UK, our school starts in September and it ends in July. But obviously, if you were anywhere else in the world, or if you were full-time home educating and you didn't want to start in September and you wanted to do January to December timetable, you absolutely could do that, because the months aren't put in for you. You can just edit it and have it exactly how you want it. The next page is term goals, and again, I really like that this is split into 6. I don't know exactly how it works in other countries, but in the UK we actually have 3 terms and they're just split in half, 6 weeks each. But instead of obviously it being 6 terms, I'll just have this autumn term 1, autumn term 2, spring term 1, spring term 2, summer term 1, summer term 2, and it's perfect amount of space for our 3 school terms and to write something for each 6-week interval. I probably won't actually use this every single term. I don't tend to really set goals for the term, but if that's something that you like to do in your homeschooling, then that's quite a nice page for you. And then the schedule, where we actually have our monthly and weekly plan. So the first page of this is just kind of an overview of the month. And obviously I've started in September. Again, these are completely blank. You write in what you want. You can write in your goals. You can write in to-dos for that month, what's important, and some notes. And then you can have a tracker. Again, I have sort of written things in pencil here, but we don't tend to use this. But if you kind of liked colouring in boxes for when you do certain things and seeing in the month like what you've achieved what day, then that's quite nice as well. It's kind of reminds me of kind of bullet journaling. And then you have the month. Again, this is completely blank, and so I had to look up September. When is September 1st? It's on the Thursday, and write in all the dates. And I just really like having this box for things in advance as well. So if there are things that I need to remember in September or October, I can just write it in these boxes, and you have notes down the sides as well, which I don't tend to use, but I really like having this month overview. And then you go into the weeks. Now every month has 5 or 6 pages for the weeks, so whether you have it's a 5-week month or a 4-week month, you always have enough space, and there's always just a few week pages left over at the months that only have 4 weeks in them. And then again, these are completely blank, and the way I do it is I put the subjects up the top and I put the days down the bottom. There are 5 days, so you could either do Monday to Friday if you're home educating full time, or what I do is, because she's at school Monday and Tuesday, I have that as one box, because I don't tend to write things in here because the school just do whatever they do with her. And then I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday that are homeschool days, and then I put Saturday, Sunday just in case we do end up doing kind of something education related, and I'll use that for my evidencing. The other thing I do is put week 1 of the school year as well, just so and autumn term 1, just so I know exactly where we are and what month we're on, and then that goes throughout the whole month. So you can see here I haven't filled this in, and that's how it comes, just completely blank. And then that is what most of the planner is filled in. You obviously go to October and you have the same structures, same month overview, the same weekly pages all the way through most of the diary. And I'm going to do a separate video on planning where I will talk specifically about how I personally use this planner. But this video, I just want it to be a flick through. So if you're considering buying it, you can see inside and kind of make a decision whether it's for you or not. Now, once we get to the last week page, we get onto the last little bit of the planner, which is the tracking. So the first page of this is an attendance record. I'm not really sure exactly how you would use this or what it would be used for, because obviously as home educators we're not tracking attendance. I don't personally use that page, but if you wanted to track attendance or school days you could. And then this is again student checklist. I think Some people use this for grading, some people use it for just ticking off what they've done, but again, I personally don't use this page at all. I'm not entirely sure what I would use it for. And then you have the homeschool budget pages, which I do really like. I didn't actually use it as much last year, but I do try and keep an eye on what I'm spending, and as I buy a new book or get a new Twinkle subscription or whatever it is, write it in there with the amount. And it's quite nice at the end of the year to see exactly how much I've been spending on homeschooling, especially if you're doing home education on a budget. It's quite good to keep track of everything. And then the last pages are a year in review, and it's just a page for you to reflect on the year, your favorite subjects, best field trips, best resources, biggest accomplishment, all of this that you can see, and then a place for you to put photo collages as well. In my year in review video that I've done, so I do really quite like having a bit of a reflect on the year and what went well, but I haven't actually used this photo collage page. We obviously have Instagram, we have lots of photos of our home educating that we just keep digitally, we don't print them out and put them there. But if you like to do that and like to keep the planners, then that is a nice page to have. And then there are just pages in the back that are full of notes. Again, I have a separate notebook that I use for all my home ed notes, where I just kind of want to jot things down. I don't tend to use the planner. If you're the type of person that likes everything to be all in one place, then that's perfect for you. So yeah, that's a little flick through of the planner. I'm just going to turn you around again actually, and I'll just say some of the positives and negatives that I have about this planner, and then we'll finish the video there. So yeah, I hope that was helpful for you to see inside. You know, the problem with buying things online, isn't it, is that you can only see a certain amount of pages. So I hope that the flick through was helpful. And to be honest, most of the positives and negatives I've already explained as I've gone through it. The absolute positive for me is that it's completely editable. It's completely blank when you buy it. You can decide what month you start on. You can decide what days and what subjects you put in. It's not kind of, I've seen some diaries that have like English and maths and everything laid out for you. If you don't want it exactly how that is, then that's a problem, because it just is how it is. And I love that this is completely blank and I can kind of customize it to exactly what I want. Really, I have very, very few downsides to this. The only things really are just kind of wanting a little bit more space sometimes with like the curriculum overviews and things like that. But to be honest, I don't even find that a problem, because I don't really use them. I kind of get the diary and I'm all keen in September to think that I'll use all those extra pages, and really I use the monthly and the weekly pages week in, week out, all year round. I don't stop using the diary, and that's one of the things that I was a bit scared that I would kind of be really keen in September and then be, you know, stop using it by December. I did use it all year round, but what I do stop using is just all those additional pages at the beginning that I showed you. And then there are also lots of pages that I don't use, but I don't really view that as a negative, because we just skip over them. It's not really a problem. I guess if you wanted something a bit more slimline and kind of not so bulky, then maybe you would kind of wish to remove those pages. But I just skip over them. It's not really a problem. I really love this diary, and I can't really imagine ever getting another one. Obviously it's only our second year homeschooling, so never say never. But I used this planner last year, I'm using it this year. I know lots of other home educators that have been home educating for quite a long time that really love this planner, or home educators that used the planner for years, switched to this one and absolutely love it. So overall, I would really, really recommend it. For the price as well, it's amazing. Lots of home ed planners are so expensive, and this is so cheap. And that's kind of why I was a bit skeptical of it. I was thinking, oh, is it going to be any good if I get like one of the cheapest ones out there? But it's perfect. It had everything that I needed. I didn't miss anything, and I would highly recommend it. So I hope you found that helpful, and sorry that it's been a long time coming. I know that this is going out a little bit late. You might already have your diaries for this year, but the video will always be there. And yeah, I hope it was helpful, and thanks for tuning in and watching my channel. Feel free to check out my other videos, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thanks very much. Bye.